ready for the thrill, the action, and sports sensation on Women Radio 91.7.
Well, our Sky colleagues in Italy say that Juventus have rejected an £85 million offer.
And then Ronaldo! Balotelli, Aguero!
Join us 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for comprehensive analysis and coverage of local, national, and international sporting events on Sports Radio. Join our experienced sports journalists and experts on Sports Radio 6:05 p.m. every Monday on Women Radio 91.7 for everything sports. Yeah!
About 100 millions of Nigerians last night in Morocco. It was a game that had a lot of intensity. As a matter of fact, many people were on their knees. Some were crawling, some were laying down, some were doing a lot of things, praying, anticipating, hoping for something that would have come out. It started beautifully. Unfortunately, what started very nice, sweet sensation became bitter. It was not a record to reckon with. As a matter of fact, the Super Eagles of Nigeria last night in Morocco did not disappoint Nigerians because some were expecting it, but at the same time set a new record. For the first time since 1994, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the Nigerian male national team, football team, will be missing 2 consecutive World Cup competitions. It's something that many people will wait to tell their children, and children. Because that story, it's story that it's not really a very good moment to talk about. Very bad experiences from the qualifiers to the playoff. It was something that nobody expected the Super Eagles of Nigeria to find themselves in this moment. And this is what I recalled it to be. I said the golden generation. They have substituted brass for gold. And that was just the way you can sum the experiences of the Super Eagles of Nigeria last night. From their journey from the qualifiers last year to this playoff last night, Sunday, it was just about them substituting brass, for gold. This is the Sports Radio Show on your favorite frequency, WFM, Women Radio 91.7. Yes, do know the way we do it. My name is Jeremiah Oluwaferomi Omoniyi. I'm your favorite engineer, sportscaster, and you know the Sports Cruise program, the way we do it, the way we talk about story. But today we are not cruising. We are saying we are saying something very, very seriously right now because I cannot even fathom it because the Super Eagles of Nigeria will not be in the World Cup in America. Don't forget, in 1994, the first campaign of the Super Eagles of Nigeria was in America, was in the U.S., Atlanta, 94. I know after that we had the Olympics, but in the United States, where we had the likes of Amokati, where Rashidi Yekini scored Super Eagles' first World Cup goal. But this time, a memory for us to return to America after several years has been dashed. Right now. Okay, but I won't be doing the program alone myself. I have my co-pilot in the studio with me. That means in the studio here. And we are right now to talk about the Super Eagles. What we'll be discussing majorly today is dissecting the journey, the performances, the changeovers of coaches from Pesero to Finidi to Erichele, and also every other thing that came from the Labour Congress Super Eagles of Nigeria, who did not see themselves as something that, okay, they needed to fight for, but they started fighting for money instead of fighting for the opportunity to play for the World Cup. We talk about that and also talk about Portugal and about how Cristiano Ronaldo will be going again for his next World Cup. Okay, Dami is in the studio. Dami, good evening and welcome to the Sports Radio Show.
Good evening, Jeremiah. Thank you so much. And what an introduction. I know that this is not how we are planning to do the show today, but what it is We just have to accept the reality. Nigeria is not going to the World Cup after missing out from the Russia edition in 2018. We are missing out again from the USA edition
We cut out.
2026. Yes,
Yeah.
what shame as a country. And I think Dr. Congo, um, whatever it is that they are being promised,
Why are you
they are
calling them
Congo.
Dr. Congo? What do
I
you
need to
mean by
call
Dr.
them. I
Congo?
need,
Do you mean
you
that
know
they
what?
performed
I've
a
been
surgical
see,
operation on the
I've been calling them Dr. Congo since yesterday. I called that name for us because they really operated on us from the beginning to the end, and they made sure that our surgery they aborted the only child we wanted to give birth to. They aborted it yesterday. That's why I've been calling them Dr. Congo. A colleague was asking me that why
Dr.
did I did
Congo? Wow.
yes, Dr. Congo. They aborted our only child, our only dream of going to the World Cup. They aborted it. So it's really not something good to
Mm,
take. But then, as a journalist, I've always maintained a free mind because one thing you have to do as a journalist is that you don't have to attach your emotions to the game. But it is what it is, and we are back to do the show. And I'm sure that with everyone going to tune in today, we are going to have a nice time. I know some people are not having a nice time since Super Eagles exited yesterday, but I'm sure that with some of our discussions, with some of what we are going to talk about today, because now we have seen the Nigerian Football Federation, they sent in like an apology today, not just to fans, they sent it to the government, they sent it to the National Sports Commission that they were unable to repay the faith that the Nigerian fans have in them, and also they are unable to repay the investments of the federal government. That was the mail sent by NFF issuing an apology to fans and to government. And I'm sure that people will not accept it. And also, one thing that struck me in the press release was the fact that they are going to sit and evaluate the technical crew going into AFCON. AFCON is just 34 days before it begins. And I'm sure that we need to re-strategize. And if you look at it, like you said, Golden Generation now turned to brass. I think brass is even like an honor for them. For me, Golden Generation turned to nothing. But then we have to accept that we focus on AFCON. We move forward. That is if you can even last time as we went into the finals. That is if you can make it into the finals this time around. Maybe the AFCON triumph is going to make up for the World Cup loss, but I really, really doubt it. Overall, Nigeria will keep being Nigeria. Super Eagles will keep being Super Eagles. But these players, they have set an unprecedented record for themselves, missing a World Cup. And some of them in the next 5 years, they will not be the national team, which means that they have
yes.
squandered the only chance for them to go to the World Cup. People like Oyeka, people like the captain, Chief Ekong, people like Moses Simon, people like Chukwueze. We don't even know where we'll be. Let's say Chukwueze is still young. Let's look at Semi Ajayi. Semi Ajayi is already
You
31
you
years
said
old.
Chukwueze is young. If you call that Chukwueze young, for me, I believe that. But what I know is that young people used to be resilient in their youthful age. For me, that Chukwueze was not resilient. That Chukwueze does not even show youthful energy. I don't even.
Okay, if
For
you talk,
me
okay,
personally,
well, let's say if you talk about Chukwueze, then what would you say of Tolu Awokodare?
or even Alex Iwobi, I
My question is when you talk of that kind of person, what will you say about Tolu Awokodare? And for me, I just feel like I really do not understand Iwobi. Iwobi is making a record 91 appearance, closing on the record of Ahmed Musa. I'm asking myself, what has Iwobi done to the national team when he goes back to his club level with Fulham in London? He does so well, but coming into the national team, it's always a struggle for him to play that final third passes. Like I don't understand. Is it the system? Is it the player? Is it what?
hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, Dami, you know what? Let's take a break, and then we come back again. We continue from it. I want us to start the story from how we played the game, our first game against Zimbabwe, how we played under Ose Pesero, moving to Finidi and Eric Chelle. Then we just examine that. Eric Chelle, so far, if we are to use it, he has not, he did not lose any game because I don't know if you can record penalty losses, but if you had that, that would be his first defeat as the coach of the Super Eagles of Nigeria, which it came in a very hard way, honestly. It came in, although we have been managing the situation where it was like a time bomb, waiting to explode. And unfortunately, it exploded where it was not. I wasn't expecting it to just explode even in the final of the playoffs in Mexico. At least we would have got a chance.
Do you even know that? Do you know that initially we were so lucky to be in the playoffs?
Yes.
So
Benin Republic will be rolling on the ground.
Yes, that actually showed you our level. It actually showed you that we initially did not be like we don't want. See, people, as journalists or as fans, we can be so emotional all we want. But the truth is, let's ask ourselves the truth. Do we have that if not just for the name and for record purposes that we were in World Cup? We will not go past the group stage. I can't remember the last time Nigeria won out of the group stage in the World Cup. The last World Cup I saw when we had Argentina in our group, we did not escape. We didn't. And this same issue is not like a pattern. And this pattern is a negative pattern. Because imagine that, do you remember that Belgium golden generation that was wasted? The likes of Edinaza.
Oh, yes, the Edinaza generation. That was in the 2018 World Cup.
Yes,
they played against Japan. Yeah.
And they were able to make it to the third place. They had a third place finish at the World Cup. And if you look at that generation,
they were meant to even get to the final, actually.
They were meant to win. They were meant to win until that unfortunate loss against France. And they had to fight for the third place. Now, I want to tell you something. From that generation, how many players are in that team, except for Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne? And let's say Thibaut Courtois of Real Madrid. How many players are in that team? That is what this player doesn't know, that the prime of a player to the national team is very,
They had Axel Witsel.
Who could play defense and who could also come into the midfield. Now, let's look at Portugal. Portugal had a golden generation. They were able to win Euros. I think they have won Euros. They have won the UEFA Nations League. If at the end of the day, Ronaldo is unable to win the World Cup, at least we can say that he was able to do something for the country in his prime. Look at the 2016 Euros. What can these players do for Nigeria in their prime? What have they done? What have they done to Nigeria, to the Super Eagles, to the national team? And when we say Victor Osimhen, let's talk about. For me, I don't even want to go into the Osimhen matter. I don't want to go into that Osimhen scandal because it's going to open a really, really bad. Yeah, I don't want to go there because imagine you are one of the.
Let's start. Let's start with the first game Nigeria played against Lesotho. It was played at home in Nigeria, and we played a 1-1 draw. That was under Jose Pesero. That was in 2023. We played the second game too. We played a 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe. That was when our problem started. Many people don't know. But after that moment, Jose Pesero enticed us with a final finish in AFCON, and we're like, we thought that okay, we can come back. Then we moved again. We went to play. That was when we appointed Finito George in 2024. That was last year, and he was able to he defeated Ghana and he lost to Mali, and we felt like, that's not bad, it's still some kind of good. Then we played against South Africa in Nigeria again, 1-1. Then the one that broke the camel's back was playing against Benin Republic, losing 2-1. Now, that I think it was after the defeat, the scandal about Victor Osimhen came up, and it was like, I told him to add him to the boys, so that he would have motivated the boys. And my question was that, if not that the Super Eagles player are just, I don't want to say, are just unserious folks, because the target. And for me, I felt that these guys, the apology they are giving, it doesn't matter. That's not the truth. It does not matter because you guys know the onions. You know what the demands, right? That scandal happened. Everything. We left that. Then we went to play Rwanda. They defeated Rwanda 2-0. Again, they played Zimbabwe, and the Super Eagles of Nigeria could not beat Zimbabwe. They played a 1-1 draw. That was another problem again.
Jeremiah,
They played a 1-1.
let me tell you something about that Zimbabwe game. I think that Zimbabwe game was one of the most painful games I have ever seen of Super Eagles life. I flew down to Uyo to watch that game with hope that Nigeria will do. Like, I was so certain that we needed to win this game. And do you know what? We had all sorts of chances, but only one chances was converted by Osimhen. That was how Tolu Aroko Dare began to, come into the team, and he was seen as an integral part of the team. And at the very tail end of the game, the visitors equalized. And who will I blame? Sincerely, it's a team effort, but I'm going to blame the lack of concentration of Chris Ekong. That is why after this World Cup exit now, I think it's high time for some senior players to be shown the exit door if we actually know what is good for us.
If we know what is good for us, I will be taking calls as early as possible. The phone line is open is 07000 917 917. The phone line is open is 07000 917 917. Still talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria and how the whole game performed. Eric Chell came on board, defeated Rwanda by a lone goal. South Africa, they played a 1-1 draw. They defeated Lesotho and they defeated Benin Republic 4-0 to send us to the playoff. At the playoff, we struggled. The funny thing about this playoff was that I told Shola, I said, look at these guys. They're going to start scoring from the 70th minute. That from the 70th minute, you're going to see the Super Eagles back on form. They did not disappoint me. They came back there. From the 70th minute, you started seeing them doing some kind of gimmicks. They scored, and only for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to dash that hope again towards the end of the second half. You see, we might say that, Iwabali was saved us. Iwabali got us into the position we find ourselves. All these players got us into the position we find ourselves. We are not meant to be playing playoffs. Look at Portugal. Portugal were at the risk of playing the playoffs. They played against Armenia and they trashed it once and for all. That is how a club, a country, a team that is serious. That is how they do things. It is not, for me, it's not even a rocket science thing. You are coming to play playoffs, and the only thing that was coming to your head was that you wanted to come and fight over bonuses from 2019. You turned yourself to Labour Congress. I said, oh, they've not paid us. Is that the right time to do that? You know the onions, you know the demands on you. You disappointed yourself. You thought you were disappointing the country. You thought, if you guys don't play the World Cup, Nigeria will not exist. Nigeria is not to exist.
Sorry to cut you. If we are indeed a serious-minded federation, why should you be owing players bonuses from 2019?
Okay. That's another problem on it. That's even another problem. But you know, there's something they say that someone that knows, person will know where they go. You know, go mind distractions. You go just the waka. That matter can be settled. You guys got yourself.
Now, do you feel like now that maybe the players actually knew their fate, they knew how things will end, and some of them knew that this is going to be, because if you look at some of the post-interview of some of these players, you could see that some of them have already accepted defeat, that they are not going to have another opportunity in the national team after the outcome. So they have to make sure that everything that was owed them, they collected it. But my problem is, why now?
We have a call, Dami. We have a call.
Okay.
Let's take a call. Okay. Hello? Okay. I think we are trying to connect with that call right now. But you can still call back. The phone line is still open. It's 07000 917 917 is 07000 917 917. Another you can use another number is 09155 917. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Yeah, hello. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening.
My name is David. I'm calling from Akutu.
Okay. Please stay away from your radio set so we can hear you properly.
Yeah, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, you
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
you.
hear
Go
you.
ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to speak on the topic you are talking about. That game yesterday is a very, very painful thing. But what I just see is just that I don't know why Nigeria as a team that will be relying on one player.
Exactly.
We are relying on Osimhen. If Osimhen did not score, if Osimhen is not in the game, or he's not, he does not play any game, then we find it difficult to win a game, which is very, very bad. You know, our opponents are also taking note of this. So, which means all the game we have won with Osimhen, I can say it's luck. Yes, because we shouldn't be relying on one player. That's the first thing. Then the second thing I want to talk about is concerning the substitution yesterday. The coach really made a mistake because you cannot leave the field vulnerable and you expect goal. Where will the goal come from? Even the attackers that brought in, they couldn't get any pass. They are not getting any passes. You see, you substitute Iwobi, you substitute Ademola Lookman, you substituted Chukwueze. You see, I don't know, this tactical error. Tactical error. Then, towards the end of the game, you know that you are having extra time. It's closing to penalty. A very technical coach will calculate, okay, who are those that can, really deliver in terms of penalty.
Right.
You leave defenders. You leave defenders on the field to come and take penalty.
Like Simon. Yeah.
You see? Hello?
You're right.
No,
You
I was listening. I was just you're right.
Yeah, you leave defenders to come and play penalty for penalty. Huh? So Odari, you brought him in. He's a striker, then you substituted him again. Even if you feel that he's not really trying in the game when he came in, you still leave him there because you know that he's not closer to penalty and he's a striker. So he could score. Then also, which other person again? 2 seconds. 2 seconds is our best penalty taker. Why can't you bring 2 seconds in at the 9-minute time in the extra time? Can't bring 2 seconds and just substitute one defender.
Okay, we want to take a commercial break right now. Would like you to call back so that we continue this conversation. We need to take a commercial break by 6:30 right now.
Yeah. Okay, no problem. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
WFM 91.7.
Radio never sounded so cool.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk. Oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
Something big has landed and it's raining Naira. Better play, better chance. 200k is yours if only you try your luck. Better play, better chance. 3 times daily, your dreams can come true.
Oh yes, with just 500 naira, you could win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Join the Better Play lottery and listen for your name live on radio at 10 a.m., 2 p.m. and 6 p.m.
Better play. Don't miss out. Go get your ticket right now. Buy your tickets at www.betterplay.ng or dial *347*154#. For better chances, buy up to 20 tickets.
Follow at Better Play on Facebook and at Better Play NG on Instagram for updates. It's your turn to win this money.
Better play, better chance. You can be the next millionaire.
Better Play is open to players 18 years and above. Play responsibly.
See, Everybody with him own wahala o. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, cause only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that! My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your peak? Reach for your peak.
Shin ko kun san zama memba na gidan rediyon mata wato Women Radio wata dama ce da za ta haɗa ku mata da wasu ɗaiɗaikun 'yan uwa mata da suka ƙware suka kuma goge wurin kafa sabon kasuwanci, siye da sayarwa, noma, kula da gida, sha'anin karatu da ƙwararrun ma'aikata daga dukkanin jihohi 36 da ke faɗin ƙasar nan domin samun horaswa. Haka kuma 'yar uwa a matsayinki na memba ta wannan gidan rediyon za ki mori damar tallata hajar kyauta da kuma samun kwasar garaɓasar gasa iri-iri. Maza ku garzaya ku nemo ku kuma sauke Women Radio app a wayoyin sadarwarku domin sauraron shirye-shirye da aka tanada a domin ku. Ku yi rijista kyauta akan manhajar wannan rediyon akan wfm917.com tare da tabbatar da cewa kun bibiye shafin Women Radio na Facebook. Women Radio na tare da haɗin gwiwar ma'aikatu irin na MacArthur Foundation da kuma Nigeria Media Innovation Program. Na me.
When I wake up in the morning, I need something to help me start my day. Pick 4, 5, 6 has DHA. It helps my brain to grow. It helps me to be smart. Oh, my own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah. My own milk, oh, Pick 4, 5, 6, yeah.
My people, something big don't land, and a money rain dey fall. Better play, better chance. 200k fit enter your hand if you try your luck. Oh, better play, better chance.
Now 3 times every day, them they call winners for radio. Yes, now with just 500 naira, you fit win up to 200,000 naira every single day. Just join the Better Play lottery now and listen for your name for radio. 10 a.m., 2 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Better play, no dull yourself. Go get your ticket sharp sharp. Buy am for www.betterplay.ng or just dial *347*154#. You want boost your chance? Buy reach 20 tickets if you want win.
Follow us for Facebook at Better Play and Instagram at Better Play NG to get correct updates. Now your turn to chop this money, oh.
Better play, better chance. You fit be the next lucky banger. Only people wey don reach 18 years fit play. Play responsibly.
Driving through traffic? Bored at home? Or maybe you're having a bad day? Ease your mind with great music, entertainment, and lots of laughter on the Evening Experience every weekday from 4 to 9 p.m. on WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
Women Radio 91.7, the Ogbonge radio station for women and their families.
Okay, welcome back to the Sports Radio Show. Yes, we are on the conversation about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Dismal performances during the qualifiers. Their games. It wasn't just one performance. They had series of dismal performances here. From one game to another, it has always been an issue. But the phone line is still open. It's 07917 We had a caller earlier, and we began to. And I think one of the highlights for me was when he discussed that Osimhen shouldn't, like Osimhen, which the game should not be built around Osimhen only. Although I have my side of the story, and I beg to differ, because we've seen some top countries in the world, national team, football teams that actually have a center man, a focused player. That, oh, you know that, okay, when you look at this player, he has always been the one helping this team and is dependable. And I think that's one thing we need to understand. There's difference between when you have a player that is dependable and at the whole team as a whole too. Their head is also correct. And I think that's one thing we need to understand. Because if you look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Osimhen needs people that will complement him. And that is where the problem is. It's not that maybe Osimhen is okay. You can build a team around Osimhen. But he needs trusted hands. That's the problem. For example, if you look at the Argentina team that won
Trevor, let's quickly take the call. Let's quickly take the call.
Okay, yes, a call, yeah. Yes, hello. Hello, your name and where you're calling from? Okay, we're trying to get. Okay, we're trying to get the call. Oh, missed that. Okay, let's continue. We missed that call. Hopefully, call back. The phone line is still open. It's 07000 917 917. It's 07000 917 917. Let's see what your own opinion. Some people said from one corner that
I think the caller is back.
Okay, yes, let's have the caller now. Hello.
Turn on the volume of the radio set and your name. Can you hear us?
We're trying to. Okay, let's still wait. Okay, let's just continue while we wait for the caller. Okay. Right. So some said that if it happens to be a sane environment, credible environment, that by now the NFL board should be dismantled. Damn it.
Well, this is no matter. Okay, let's look at the recent scandal that we had in terms of finances when a sports content creator called out the NFL over millions of dollars that have been received from CAF and FIFA in recent years from the competitions that the national team across all grade levels have engaged in. Let's begin with that. What responses were we able to get when that issue came up? What we got was NFL sending out a presser to more like shut up that claim of the supposed content creator. They have to make us see that, okay, these are what we are using the funds to do. But my own issue is, why wait till somebody call you out before you say the audit of what you are using this funds to do? Let's leave that aside. That is not even the issue. But I'm just referencing that. Now my question is, these people in office, they have been elected. Okay, let's quickly have the caller. Hello, your name and where you are calling from, please.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Welcome back. Thank you so much. Your name and where you are calling from.
You're from Akutu.
Okay, yes.
Right.
Yeah, so as I was saying before, if we look at the whole team, you see during the qualification period recently, look at all the games Nigerians have played, you will discover that the team, any game that Osimhen did not play, the team doesn't perform. So all their focus is on Osimhen.
Are you there? Hello? Can you hear us? I think we lost him, Jema. I think we lost him.
Yeah, okay. So, okay. Yeah, hopefully calls back. Yeah, you can also stream. You go to our page, stream live on Facebook, YouTube, Women Radio WFM. to get your. You can also drop your comment there. We'll pick it up and we'll just say that these are some of the comments we are talking about here. So someone said that the NFF, unfortunately, because of the FIFA thing, the federal government might not be able to look into maybe scrutinizing the NFF as they ought to, and I think that's my own pain because I felt like
these guys are elected. They have a term that they have to use in office. And recently, we just completed an election that happened in December. So if there's going to be any impeachment or any dissolving of the board, it has to come from higher authorities, maybe from the federal government, that is the president, or from the National Sports Commission, which isn't kind of realistic if you ask me. I think we have our caller back. I think we have
a caller again. Let's take a call. Let's take the call.
Hello?
Yeah, go
yes,
ahead.
hello.
Go
yeah,
ahead.
welcome back.
Yeah, this is David calling back.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so another thing I want to talk about is about the NFF. The ONFF need to be shuffled, really. Because if it's because I can say what really caused this problem is from the NFF. Because if it's that we have a good, NFF or can I say or NFF organization or set up, they will sign a very good coach that can study game, that can really handle these boys. Because if you look at our team, if you look at the players, many of them are playing in top European teams. Many of them, about 90% of them are playing top European teams. Then how can we be playing against a team that is, that have like, 70% or 80% of them are home-based player or amateur or something? So you see, so the whole something, the NFF itself, the NFF people then change all those people. They're so corrupt people over there. They will refuse to spend money and all that. If recently all the game we have been playing, that Nigeria is being played, even 2022 that we didn't qualify for World Cup, this is exactly almost the same thing that happened. We don't have a world-class coach, and some people do say that the only thing that gave the country or Nigeria joy is sports, football. And so if it's only football that gave Nigeria joy, and then even the football we are disappointed and all that, then which means so it's not there.
Yeah, David, I actually want to put you on the spot right now. You said we don't have a world-class coach. Are you sure?
Come again, what did you say?
What did you say?
The coach is part of the problem, right?
Yeah, I didn't get your question.
Okay, you said we don't have a world-class coach.
Yes, I mean, NFL will have, if we have a good NFL president, will assign a good coach for us. That's what I'm saying. Will assign a good coach for the team that can already study the game.
David, we don't have money. Will you give us money? Will you give the NFL money to sign very good coach like Pisto, Mosimani?
My brother, they have money. They have money.
Yeah.
Corruption is too much. People are corrupt.
Yeah.
Let them resolve the whole thing and select another NFL coach.
Oh,
people are corrupt.
I love that thing.
And that is the problem. That's why it's killing the country. Ages, decades over decade. For ages now, that's why it's been killing the country. The corruption is too much. Look at that game yesterday. If we have a very good technical coach, we'll have won that game yesterday. And then even the coach will have told them that, come, guys, Osimhen is our top striker, but don't if Osimhen did not play the game, if not playing any game, you take the responsibility. You should win a game. You don't rely on only Osimhen before you can win game. If you have a top class coach, you will have tell those boys and will have tell them the right thing to do. And yesterday we have won the game. Even 2022, we will have been World Cup. This is our problem years after year.
David, this thing that you said, a particular coach in this country tried it without Osimhen. he was eating like meat pie. They ate him like meat pie.
I'm not getting it.
I said a particular coach in this country tried to play a game without Osimhen. They ate him like meat pie. I'm talking about Finidi. I'm talking about Finidi George. He was eating like meat pie because the way they dragged him.
No, I'm not saying about Osimhen. I'm saying in the sense that if Osimhen is injured, or maybe there is any situation that he will not be part of any game, you know, just like yesterday that he was subbed, you know, in the first half and all that. That's what I'm trying to say. That you should not only pull all the team. If Osimhen is not there, we can't win game. Then the opponent will okay, if you get this guy out, then it's finished. We are going to have victory over these people. That will be their mindset. That's what I'm saying.
Thank
So,
you
if you have
so
a technical coach.
Thank you. I know, David, we are still going to continue this conversation, but don't worry, keep your comment until when AFCON starts. So by December, we will start that again. We open that can of worms, and everybody will start dropping their own ideas and everything. David, thank you so much.
This is crazy. This is really crazy. Yeah.
So sorry.
Thank you
For calling this evening. Okay.
I'm
let's
just
talk about.
hoping, Jeremiah, I'm just hoping that some Nigerians did not bet their landlord rent. Their landlord house
Dirty December will not dirty you. Anyway, it is only the Super Eagles of Nigeria that is not going to experience dirty December.
Yeah.
Norway, they are going to experience a lot of dirty December. Like big one.
After 28 years. After 28 years.
Alan was the man he became the man of the moment, you know, changing a lot of things. And I think there's the same thing David was talking about. You know, I mean, when we depend on a player, the team as a whole, be serious. I mean, I don't know how I can express this thing. But the way I can express it, that I'm a team that is serious, not have anyone valid that wants to make mistake every time.
As you even think about it, Norway kind of have a decent team. Sanderberg, they have top players. Let's look at Martin Odegaard, Alan, who has made himself, Alexander Solot of Atletico Madrid. These guys have a very, very decent team. And like my boss was telling me, like around earlier today, he did a signal. He said, a team that plays like this, like the team plays like this, like this. So it means that you can't separate them. Meanwhile, in Nigeria, we are playing like this. This one doing this one doing this one doing. Everybody just wants to have a portion. Meanwhile, this is how a team is supposed to be, not knowing what is in between both of you guys. But imagine the platforms they even see. Like before, like a crucial World Cup qualifiers playoff. Like somebody said something that people are talking about captains. Ekong is one of the most, let's say, not worthy captains that we have had in the history of Nigeria football. And I asked the person why. He said, Ekong cannot command something in the camp and the players obey him. Now, if there is no leader in the team, let's look at that. Do you know that during the game against Zimbabwe, when Nigeria lost, when we played 1-1 draw, do you know that the players refused to come out for interview, for post-match interview? Not even Ekong dare come out for interview.
Wow.
So these are the issues. There's no proper leadership. There's no proper accountability. And when there's no accountability, who do you blame? Nobody. Some of the players, and I'm even thankful that at the end of the day, it's their golden generation that they have wasted. That's my own golden generation. Because my own golden generation is still ahead of me. Exactly. They are not the one. It's not my CV that is affected that they not go to World Cup. If by tomorrow I want to go to the World Cup, now to buy tickets, go USA now. I go to World Cup. Even with or without Nigeria.
The question I want to ask is that, 10, 15 years from now, like what Mikel is doing right now, going around doing podcasts and everything. When all these guys retire, Moses Simon, Calvin Bassey, and even Sterling Iwabali himself, is it going to be saying that, I remember during my days when I was, we can tell him to shut up.
What day did you remember? What day?
We can tell them to shut up.
The days of top.
Or Alex Iwobi. Or they will invite Alex Iwobi to come and talk. You're not saying that, I remember those players are not doing they're not doing so well, I remember when I was playing, you remember I had about 90 caps. Keep quiet. Because if it is not to keep quiet, in that yesterday's game, Alex Iwobi did not complete 15 passes.
He did not a single successful pass. Jeremiah, not
He
a
did not
single.
complete any.
And I was looking at NGD. I was asking myself that why are we celebrating NGD's availability when we knew that it was on a yellow card, and then we now got the information that hey, it's going to be available against Congo. Why did we celebrate it? Because we thought that
he did it that cost us that game. He did it was because I don't understand what you were doing there. The goalkeeper was coming around. It was his position. You stopped the ball. You prevented the goalkeeper from coming to catch the ball, only for you to do an assist for an opponent. Are you going to tell me that as a defensive midfielder, you don't know how to shadow mark? You don't know how to block the ball? You don't know, like,
Congo are not up to our level. If you look at their crop of players, I can tell you that 99% of our players plays in Europe top 5 leagues. Check that team. Check the team that defeated us, Congo. We have Nwasa Sadiki, the one that plays for Sunderland. We have Chancellor Mbeba. Chancellor Mbeba left Marcel when he was not getting playing time. He went to Lyon. Even at Lyon, he's not a regular starter, and he's the captain of that team. It was the same Chancellor Mbeba that sent them into the final against Nigeria. A proper leader. A proper leader.
Mayele came on board. Mayele plays for Pyramid.